You all will regret me!
Millicent, you're one of the most terrifying Disney villains of all time, but despite the barriers you've unleashed, I can't help but feel sorry for you. I mean, you're still a lizard for crying out loud. All you wanted was for your daughter Mal to bring down the barrier, but things got a little mixed up along the way. But we thought you'd know that she succeeded. Too bad the victory is more than a little bittersweet. We hope you don't take it badly if you don't get invited to the game, because we all know what happens when your invite gets lost in mail.
She shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel.
The United States of Aradan and the Isle of the Lost have more connections than you think. Watch again to find out who the parents of your favorite AKs and BKs are. You won't believe how many Disney heroes Mal is related to.
No. I don't hate my mother.
Dizzy Tremaine. The sweet and talented Dizzy Tremaine is one of the most popular VKs for obvious reasons. Unlike her family, Dizzy is kind-hearted and ready to fight for what's right. Dizzy is the daughter of Gisela Tremaine. However, her mother doesn't make an appearance in the Descendants movies. Instead, Dizzy is shown to have been predominantly raised by her grandmother, Lady Tremaine. A popular theory states that Hans from Disney's Frozen is Dizzy's father. And hey, if the shoe fits. But while we're on the topic of shoes, let's take a look at Dizzy's extended family. Dizzy's stepaunt is none other than Cinderella, making Chad charming and Dizzy first cousin through marriage. Dizzy's closest relatives are her 6 sisters, her aunt Anastasia, and her cousin Anthony Tremaine. King Benjamin. Without King Ben, the people of the Isle would still be in prison today. His big heart and forward views changed the kingdom of Aradan for the better. Ben is the only son of power couple Beast and Belle. But despite being raised under the roof and rules, Ben developed life-changing opinions of his own.
It's time for forgiveness. Time for new beginnings.
Once Ben and Mal get married, Ben will be the son-in-law of the wicked Maleficent and Hades, but Ben's family tree is connected to a handful of other Disney characters. There's a theory that Princess Jane from Tarzan is the descendant of Belle. Both princesses bear a striking resemblance and wear the same colored dress, and since Tarzan is said to be Elsa and Anna's long-lost brother, Ben may be loosely related to the Queen and Princess of Arendelle. Uma. Uma is the villain-turned hero who stole our hearts in Descendants 3. She's the only daughter of Ursula, the Sea Witch, and she's super proud of her heritage. Uma's father isn't in the picture, but tons of fans are certain that Dr. Facilier is her long-lost dad. This makes Celia and Uma have sisters, which would explain a special bond in Descendants 3. When you think about it, Ursula and Dr. Facilier would make an awesome couple. They both use dark magics, persuasion, and song to con their victims into signing binding contracts that always come with a hefty price. Keep watching to find out how Uma and Mal's trees could be connected. Celia Facilier. Celia Facilier was first introduced in Descendants 3. She's the daughter of Dr. Facilier and is known for being a total daddy's girl.
You make sure you get your cut.
Although she isn't mentioned in the movies, Celia has an older sister named Freddie Facilier, who appears in the animated short series Descendants Wicked World. If our assumptions are right, Celia and Freddie are Uma's half-sisters. Oddly, China and Kling, who played Uma, used to voice Freddie's character in Wicked World. However, when she was cast as Uma, her role as Freddie was passed down to her real-life sister, Elaine. Now, why if there weren't between Uma and the Faciliers? Carlos DeVille. The adorable girl born and raised on the Isle, mother Cruella DeVille raised him to more of a servant than anything. To control him, Cruella convinced Carlos that dogs were ferocious beasts who could not be trusted, when in reality it was Cruella who was the most rabid one of all. Carlos may be an only child, but he has a first cousin named Diego, and an uncle named Bill. Diego appears in novels like The Isle of the Lost and Return to the Isle of the Lost, but didn't make it into the Disney Channel movies. Carlos marries Jane. He'll be the son-in-law of wonderful fairy godmother. Jane. Jane is an Aradan kid who knows that love will conquer all. She fell for Carlos DeVille in Descendants 2 and hasn't looked back since.
Would you be my date for cuddling?
Jane is the only daughter of the enchanting fairy godmother. She was raised to always do the right thing, which is what attracted Carlos to Jane in the first place. Jane is super close to Chad Charming for more reasons than one. First of all, fairy godmother and Cinderella see each other as family, which is why we aren't surprised that Chad and Jane have a cousin vibe going on between them. Once Jane and Carlos tie the knot, will be the very terrified daughter-in-law of Cruella DeVille, Harry Hook. There's no one quite like Harry Hook, the only son of Captain Hook from Disney's Peter Pan. Harry aspires to be like his father, going as far as holding the fake Hook to give off the same vibe. Harry may appear to be an only child in the Descendants movies, but the Descendants novels and animated TV series beg to differ. Harry has an older sister named Harriet Hook and a younger sister named CJ Hook. CJ is pictured to have blonde hair in Descendants' Wicked World, which makes us wonder who Harry's real mother could be. The only blonde-haired Disney villain out there is Helga Sinclair from Atlantis, The Lost Empire. And if you need more proof than that, Helga's last name ties Harry to his Scottish heritage. After all, the name Sinclair derives from a reputable Scottish clan, Evie. Evie, the daughter of the evil queen from Disney White. She was raised to be vain, calculating, and sophisticated, but managed to lead with
لو عزم عليك بريز دي معزومة بريز جديد نعناع ولذيذ خد لك واحدة بريز بليز
I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the
lead with her heart instead.
We could try to be friends. Put his behind us and celebrate our differences.
At the moment, no one knows who Evie's real father is, but many fans believe that Hades is both Mal and Evie's father. Mal and Evie have sisters. However, there isn't enough proof to support this theory, which is why Evie's father remains a mystery. But since Queen Grimhild was married to Snow White's father, this would make Evie and Snow White stepsisters. But unlike the evil queen, Evie isn't jealous of her stepsister's good looks, because Evie is the fairest of them all. Jay. Jay is the only member of the core four to know who his father is instead of his mother.
Dad, I already tried.
Jay is the only son of Jafar from Disney's Aladdin, but his family tree doesn't end there. A Disney-inspired video game called Nasira's Revenge revealed that Jafar has a fraternal twin sister named Nasira, who also wound up on the Isle of the Lost, and Jay's aunt Nasira has a daughter named Jade, who is close to Jay's age. Although she didn't appear in the Descendants movies, she was mentioned in the Isle of the Lost book. So despite not knowing who his mother is, Jay still has close female relatives. Lonnie. Lonnie is an Ardine kid who loves to test boundaries. She's the daughter of Fa Mulan and Li Shang, and she means business. Just like her mother, Lonnie desires to break the mold and show the world that girls can do anything boys can do. Lonnie is lucky enough to have two supportive parents and a family home in Northern Wei. Her great-grandmother is Grandma Fa, and her grandparents are Fa Zhu and Fa Li. Out of all the AKs and BKs, Lonnie's family appears to be the most normal. Gil. If you need a friend, Gil's always there to lend a helping hand. Gil is a simple BK who loves adventure and learning new things.
What would be fun? To go rafting in a jungle river.
Why not?
واو نيكول انظري ماذا وجدت انه البوم اغاني جيلي يجب ان نسمع اود الاحتفال معكم في عام 92
Lost civilization.
Or maybe a penguin.
He's the son of Gaston from Disney's Beauty and the Beast, but he's nothing like his father. Gaston had 3 children, Gaston Jr., Gaston III, and Gil. But Gaston's sons have never mentioned who their mother is. But in this case, we think it's much better to ask who their mothers are. The Bimbets from Beauty and the Beast were head over heels for Gaston, and since there's 3 of them, it's possible that Gaston had a son with each of them. Claudette, Laurette, and Paulette weren't the sharpest tools in the shed, which could be why Gil isn't always quick to joke. Princess Audrey. Unlike many Disney princesses, Audrey is royal on both sides of the family. Her mother, Prince Aurora, is the daughter of King Stefan and Queen Leia, whereas her father, Prince Philip, is the son of King Hubert and his unnamed wife. Audrey's parents didn't play huge roles in the Descendants movies, but her grandmother, Queen Leia, sure did. Despite being born in a loving household, Audrey turned out to be a brat, but by the end of Descendants 3, she really came full circle. Audrey also has a cousin named Ariana Rose, who is introduced in The Escape from the Isle of the Lost, a Descendants novel. Despite being cousins, Audrey and Ariana Rose don't really get along. Chad Charming. Chad Charming is the son of Cinderella and Prince Charming, but his status just isn't good enough for Audrey. Despite being raised by the caring and hardworking Cinderella, Chad is nothing like his mom. Chad wants nothing more than to make Audrey happy.
First off, great new look.
So he agrees that the VKs belong on the Isle and nowhere else. But unlike Audrey, Chad has a huge extended family on the Isle of the Lost. His mother's stepsisters, Drizella and Anastasia, have families of their own. This makes Chad step-cousins with Dizzy, her 6 sisters, and Anthony Tremaine. We wonder if Chad will warm up to his extended family now that the barrier has been taken down. Doug. Doug is one of the sweetest Ardine kids of all time, which makes him compatible with the fashion-forward Evie. Doug is the son of Dopey from Disney's Snow White, and he was raised to help those in need. The name of Doug's mother is never mentioned throughout the films, but we do see Dopey standing next to a beautiful woman at Ben's coronation, and she's believed to be Doug's mother. Despite coming off as an only child, Doug has a handful of brothers. Mal, future queen of Ardon, has a one complicated family tree. She's the daughter of Maleficent and Hades, who are some of the most powerful Disney villains of all time. Hades is the brother of Zeus and Poseidon, which makes Mal first cousins with Hercules. And since King Triton, son of Poseidon, Mal's also cousins with Princess Ariel. Mal has a half-brother called Hades, who is strictly introduced in Return to the Isle of the Lost, a Descendants novel. If you're wondering how Uma and Mal might be related, it's through King Triton and Ursula. Disney executives originally wanted to make Ursula Ariel's aunt, but they chose to leave it out of the script. Still, Ursula hints to having lived in the castle with King Triton, causing fans to peg them as siblings, so Mal could be connected to Uma through her father's godly roots. Who is your favorite Descendants character and why? Tell us in the comments. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching The Things. See you next time.